Isabel. So this farm is about 5.6 acres. And we bought it in, 21?
2021, yep.
2021 for about 330 grand, but it's a little bit more now. No, it was like pretty much, if you see these hills here, and on this side, it was pretty much the same as that. So it was just like a field.
It was a paddock that was used for cows, so grazing. So there was just grass, and since we bought it, we've put in the road and flattened some of the area at the top. These dams have also been put in. So this one that you see here is the bigger dam, and then further down the property there's a smaller dam which collects the excess water that comes out of this one at the top. Right. And we've started to plant lots of native grasses and trees and plants around that you can kind of see popping up around the dam here, and we'll show you more further down.
Yeah, definitely less wet, but this dam like keeps its water the whole year. So it's a very, very good dam. We're very happy about it. But yeah, it gets dry, but it never really gets super dry. I think because Gippsland is like one of the highest rainfall places in Australia, I think. Is it?
I think in Victoria.
In Victoria? Well, Tasmania maybe. Yeah. In Victoria. So inside here we've got 120 silver perch, which is like an endangered species, Australian native, and it's also meant to be pretty good for eating. So they've been in there for how long? 6 months?
Yeah, about 6 months.
6 months, and then I think about sort of 2 years they get to sort of like that size, and you'll be able to fish and then catch them, and then we'll have like a spot up there that you can go and eat them. So you just put them straight on the fire, so it'll be cool for so that should be good fun. Hopefully we'll fix that in the summer. And slowly we're planting out this the high wall here. So there's some grasses and things that are in there that we put in there. There's a woolly bush up there, which is another favourite Australian plant, and there's also a silver dollar eucalypt.
It's a native again, and we planted this because it's often used as in different sort of like native cuisines, or like it's a word, like a culinary kind of.
Yeah, it's a botanical
berry.
Yeah. So it's used in like gin production. That's the thing that I know it from. And you need to have also male and female. So this one in the middle is a female, and that's a male there, and there's another little male over here. So they all work together and then have like lots of fruit. So it's pretty interesting. We learnt about that. I never knew about like having male and female plants, but yeah, you need to have them for some species. So this is one of them. Oh, here, kangaroo prints. So the kangaroos will come up here later on. Yeah, next time you come, just we'll have to stay until dark, and you'll see the kangaroos. Maybe you might see them, but I think they're mainly in the night. So this will be a future greenhouse. So we'll build this out and then create like a shelter, like a hot box. So it's hotter inside, and you can grow things that are a bit more like tropical. So like, I don't know, like microgreens. What are microgreens? I don't even know. Spinach.
And then this long kind of patch of the property we want to make into more of a fruit orchard. So we've planted on each side a couple of rows of trees. Some of them have started to come up. You can see more on this side. They're starting to have more growth to protect this area from the wind, and then hopefully have more of a sheltered part to grow fruit trees mainly.
Yeah, you can see here like some of the there's like 3 rows. It's like this is one row this way, and then there's this one, which is another. Is this an acacia? Banksia, and then there's another row here. So three layers to block the wind.
They can grow really big, so maybe 4 to 6 meters, and we've planted them very close together so that they're dense and create almost like a wall of protection. Yeah.
buds. Yeah, it looks like decorations. So this here, this is a yuzu lemon from Japan. It's a special type of lemon, and then on the end here you can see these like little buds. Each of those is going to turn into a fruit. So I wasn't expecting these to actually fruit until next year, but they're already starting to go. So I think hopefully by summer we'll have fruit, maybe the end. But I don't know how long it takes, but it's unexpected. But this is one of the things you have to do. So this here is a called a windbreak, and it just slows down the wind, so the plant can grow these leaves. Otherwise the leaves will blow off. So you can see that's a yuzu here, and you can see it blew off this shelter, and all the leaves were blown off. So that's another lesson that we learned. And then before we use these things, those are shade cloths there, and that's not strong enough for this area. And lots of people have helped. We have our family come and help, and look at that, there's a hunting bird right there. So that's, I think I can't see from this angle, but I think it's going to go straight down and catch something. This comes from the top down. So all the way down there's like whatever overflow. We don't want to waste water because we've got to keep it for who knows what in the future, but we keep this as an overflow, and then it goes off the end here. But yeah, we dug all this out, and you can see the animals have actually started using it. These are kangaroo prints through here, so the kangaroos drink out of this. And there's ducks as well that use this one and the top one for water. So they'll come and use this also in the summer now that they know it's here. We dug these both dams, so with an excavator, a really big excavator, came and then dug this one and the top one, and also the road, and also the house site, also that round section where we got the lawn, and where the shed will go as well, because they came and I just told them to do all the different things. 2028. So we would have the house built, an off-grid house, so that uses just solar for energy, and probably maybe have a child by then. I think this would be a lot more fuller with a lot of the plans. So lots of things that we want to do here, like grow those vines around around there, so they'll be hopefully established. We'll have a shed behind us. I think the other part is like being part of the community, so not just being just here on our island, but like having local friends and local people that we can depend on, and they can depend on us. I
think you've summed it up pretty well. We're putting in a lot of hard work now that we can't necessarily see the results of. It's going to take many years for all the planting to get to the size that we need it to be, and the fruit trees to grow fruit, and the house to be built. At the moment, we come up and do what we can, but there is a lot of patience and time in a project like this. And so in 5 years, but even in 10, 20 years, it will probably continue to look different. And that's something that's really kind of exciting as well. This is something that it's a project for the future, and it's like for years and years to come. So
what we're doing is like almost creating almost a legacy of sorts, but like each thing is like we're planting like a little dream, and then it becomes like a reality kind of thing. So like all of these things will be way more established, way more hardy, but they're all things that we're working on now, and there's always something to do. That's the cool thing about being on the farm. Like we can come up here and we can fill a day, no problem. Like it's and everything that you're doing is like with a view to the future. So it's really cool. Like even this like container that we built, like we used to come up here, and when it used to rain or a hail, or if there's lots of wind, we'd have to like sit in the car because there was nothing here. And then we got a container, which is the shed, and that was awesome. Like all of a sudden you're out of the wind. You tired? Wow. All right.
That
Well, there's the first child over there.
Yeah, first child has 4 legs. Second child maybe
Have
2
two
legs. Yeah.
What's your message?
Oh, I don't know.
what you're going to do for him. What will
Good
be
question,
that time?
Saeed.
Yeah.
Well, I
been
guess
hard.
I think for me, I want to be able to create a place and grow a family that has like connection. Like I want to be able to have a child that has connection to what they eat and animals and where they live. I want them to feel like they understand like the cycle of life and like seasons and to feel like connected to their surroundings. And I think sometimes in the city we miss that. We go and buy food from the supermarket, but no one thinks about where it came from or what the tree looks like that it grew on or how it was produced. When you live here, you can grow so many of your own fruit and veg, and so you might grow up, hopefully our child would grow up with some understanding of that process and have an appreciation through that for food, flora, fauna, and like I guess how privileged we are to live in such a beautiful part of the world.
Yeah, like, a lot of the same things that what she just said. But I think for me it's the same sort of thing. Like I think that connection to the land and how things kind of work to connect the dots, because like we go to a supermarket, you can just buy tomatoes or potatoes or whatever, but you don't understand the amount of work that has gone into those potatoes or tomatoes. So to have that connection to just produce, plus I think with the house, the type of house that we're building, is a connection to the environment, so how energy works. So just harvesting energy from the sun, and there's no coal involved and there's no fossil fuels involved. It's just what we generate, we use. So I think that's something cool. Like there's something cool to learn. Like you can't really learn that so much in the city, because everything just comes to you without like you thinking about where it comes from. So I think that's going to be a cool lesson to learn.
و ای که چطور ما را بتونین پیدا بکنین در هر صفحه اجتماعی، در گوگل، در یوتیوب، هر جایی بتونین که ما را پیدا بکنین. شما نوشته کنین که ما تیوی ملبورن، ما را میتونین پیدا بکنین و هر موضوعی را که برای ما خواسته باشین بگوین از طریق صفحات اجتماعی و یا از طریق شماره تلفنی که شماره تلفن من هیچ جا به فارسی یاد نگرفتم، از بس به انگلیسی گفتیم اینجا برای همه و ما هم به انگلیسی میگم، دوستان میدانن و میتونن زودتر بگیرن که به شماره 0451085658 و تماس شوین و مواردی که دارین، نظریات خوب، پیشنهادات خوب و انتقادات سالمتان را برای ما برسانین و بگوین برای بهتر شدن برنامه. و شکر که شما عزیزان را ما داریم
و همچنان ما را از یاد نبرید و جا دارد از همکار بسیار عزیز ما جناب آقای شیرزاد که یکی از عزیزا و همکارای بسیار بسیار نازنین مایه و همیشه با ما زحمت میکشه و در پشت صحنه هستن. تشکر و سپاسگزاری کنیم. لطفاً با ما باشید و ما را حمایت کنید.
واقعا من هم از جانب خود از شیرزاد تشکر میکنم. آدم بسیار با حوصله و خلاق، همچنین آدم مسلکی در کامرا. تشکر بیننده های عزیز و همه دوستان. خدا نگهدار.
خدا